Right, we've got the layout set up for an operating session tonight. Tonight I'm going to concentrate mainly on the staging yard, which, due to a reduced number of operators, I'm going to handle the staging yard. Let's look at the staging yard. Note in the staging yard there is 9 trains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2 more trains will start and commence their journey from over at Kanunda. So hopefully we'll show you how we run the 17 trains scheduled to run out of this yard, which has about 10 tracks in it. The first train out of the session is the down Mount Gambier goods, leaving at 6 minutes past 6 in the morning. It will stop at Kanunda to drop some cars off. Two minutes later, the Up Overland departs from Foster staging. This train will cross the down Mount Gambier goods at Kanunda. X54 is getting ready to go on duty. Looking over toward Kanunda. (6:25 AM) by the fast clock, X49 and S310 are bringing the Up Overland back into Cooper staging.
Do we need to set this back to Mainline?
Yep, that's the same rule all the time. Wherever you go, set the orange, back to the orange dot.
Right, oh okay.
Yeah. They'll send you back, they'll set it back to the main line. I have just uncoupled the power off the Up Overland. The power off the Up Overland is coming back through the staging yard. And the down Mount Gambier goods comes around the backdrop as it returns to Foster. The livestock train heads out from Cooper and through the backdrop onto the main layout. Uncoupling 704, the lead locomotive off the down Mount Gambier goods. In track 1. 704 heads off to the motive power centre. X54 is brought forward. X54 now couples onto the train in track 1. This train will now become the Melbourne Jet. Two 930 class diesels are now brought out of the motive power centre. The two 930s will now couple onto the other end of the overland carriages, which will now become the down overland as opposed to the up overland. The two V-line locomotives from the up overland
I'll ask John, are you ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready to depart, so where are you, in the passing side?
Yeah, I'm going to Rainbow.
I'll go, yeah, you go there.
What, do you want to go first?
Yeah, okay.
Ready to go?
And that'll clear the yard.
Sandy man switch is set for you.
V-line S310 and X49 go away to the motive power centre.
Did you rail last week,
It came to Ken to rail last week because I drove the Marinago goods and forgot to reset. Yeah, so everything's been named after everybody now.
I think so, yeah.
Now with me. Kanunda Yard. Having set out two of its cars at Kanunda, the livestock train arrives at Marinago. Small Alco 858 shunts the livestock train at Kanunda. Here it's getting a van away from the goods shed so that it can reach the cattle pens. Let's see if you got room.
Yeah, oh yes.
Yeah, ups to Cooper. "858" departs for Cooper, engine and van. "858" arriving back in Cooper. That'll do. Looking over at Emu Flat, we see the Stony pushing its empty hoppers up to the quarry. This train originated in Cooper. Now the loaded Stony arrives at Cooper behind two Australian National Alcos. 49 heads the Melbourne Jet as it makes its way around the layout. By changing the locomotives in the first 3 staging tracks, we can get 8 different trains from 3 tracks, from 3 consists of trains. Australian National Power is on the head of the Adelaide Super Freighter as it powers through Wooldowie. Adelaide Super Freighter is approaching Kanunda. Now S301 will be used to change the Adelaide Super Freighter to the Adelaide Jet. The up overland is departing from Cooper. 9:50 and 9:37. S301 and 9:40 have departed Foster with the Adelaide Jet.
Got the Myrtle Springless goods ready, Ken. Do you want me to drive it?
Let's see. Probably keep it there for a while. It's not due out for a long time, actually.
Okay, when do you want the Kanunda Mainline transfer?
Anytime now.
I'll get it sorted.
2 red 930 class diesels take the grain extra out from Cooper. Previously, the transfer goods had arrived from Kanunda into the staging yard. Now, the hostler, a staging operator, has the job of making this train up to return to Kanunda. Firstly, the transfer goods brake van is set out in track 5. The transfer goods will exchange the cars that are brought in from Kanunda with cars that are held in a track at the far end of staging. This transfer goods helps us to keep from clogging up Kanunda Yard, being able to bring some cars in from there and then later on returning with more cars for Kanunda Yard as required. The trouble here Just,
Shorting, something shorting.
no, my logo won't. I've got too many cars. This logo won't handle 12 cars. I've some doubt whether we'll get back up to Kanunda.
Wasn't that grumpy 8:30?
There's 840. It won't pull much, and I was shunting both lots of cars that are 12 cars. It just won't quite handle it.
One of those occasions when we say that's heroic, that is, but you may seem to have lost something there.
Yes. Unfortunately, there's a couple of them I need to go on these.
Yeah, something I changed. I put something like a couple of springs on it. The transfer goods going back there soon.
Thank you very much.
Just about. She's coupled up. We've got to sort out the cards. Handing the transfer goods car cards over to the yardmaster at Kanunda. Here's a box of cards for Rod. Give us the goods and we'll see if we can get up the hill. And the transfer goods departs Cooper for Kanunda. A similar thing happens with the roadside goods, which has just arrived in Foster. Here it's leaving its brake van in track 4. It will exchange cars from one of the two tracks at the far end of the staging yard. We see the grain extra arriving in Cooper as the roadside goods makes a move in staging.
But 328 is ready to send Cooper.
Yep. Just tell me when you get up to Kanunda again. setting the cars from the roadside goods out in the track at the end of the yard. Swapping the cars and the roadside goods in this fashion allows the roadside goods to have a longer run, have more cars in its consist, as well as a greater variation of cars. .930 class number 949 will now couple on to what will become the up roadside goods. The up roadside goods departs from Foster. The up roadside goods will just have time to shunt Emu Flat before our 2-hour operating session is over.